So Jerry Jones thinks his quarterback is somewhere between Jared Goff and Cam Newton. Damian Woody here with us. Stephen A., talk to me about that comparison.
Well, first of all, I can understand why Jerry would want to say that since you just finished getting spanked by Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Of course, you want to try to elevate your quarterback. I'm actually going to applaud my man, Jerry Jones, in this particular situation. He finally tried to give some props to Dak Prescott. He spent the last 2 years doing everything he could to avoid doing just that. First year, Dak Prescott is lighting it up. Jerry Jones don't want to give him any props whatsoever because he's hoping beyond hope and prayer that Tony Romo's going to come back to the rescue for him because he'll be damned if he was going to hand the reins to Dak Prescott if he didn't have to. Then Tony Romo retires. Dak Prescott comes out last season. Ezekiel Elliott gets himself suspended. Jerry Jones foolishly encourages Ezekiel Elliott to fight. Reportedly, he was told by Roger Goodell that Ezekiel Elliott wasn't going to have to serve the suspension. He felt betrayed by Roger Goodell, blah, 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 blah. He was distracted with that, and that was the reason why he couldn't sit up there and be sensitive to the plight of Dak Prescott's situation and what he was put in and how he had to try to overcome those doldrums. Now this year comes out, it's week 1 of the NFL season. Your offense can't generate nothing but 8 points. Jason Garrett is asleep at the wheel, deciding to give to Ezekiel Elliott, him and Scott Linehan decided to give Ezekiel Elliott only 15 carries and what have you. And finally, Jerry Jones wakes up and says, hey, I got to speak up for my quarterback. I got to give him some love. Maybe that's the way to go in this particular situation. I have no problem with that other than to say this. Although I know Jared Goff can play, Jared Goff had one good season. Went under Sean McVay. Now, obviously, the first year, he was under Jeff Fisher, so we knew he was contaminated, and God help, God bless him. But the bottom line is, since Sean McVay has been there, he's looked stellar. But let's see what he still doesn't want a playoff game. Let's see what he does before you put Dak Prescott and go like this. Well, Jared Goff. Why should Jared Goff even be mentioned in this situation?
Dak Prescott, at this point, is not good enough to be the best player on a playoff team. Cam Newton is good enough, we've seen, to be the best player on a team that makes the Super Bowl. So he ain't Cam Newton. Jared Goff also right now is better than Dak Prescott.
Okay.
And a couple years ago, Dak Prescott was better than Jared Goff. And what's the difference? Now Jared Goff has the offensive line and the running back, and Dak Prescott doesn't. Dak Prescott is a game manager. He has a running back, but no offensive line.
Well, no offensive line. I mean,
no, the offensive line is in shambles. It's not nearly what it was.
It's not nearly what it was. But it's not
when they got Whitworth in St. Louis, excuse me, in L.A., I told everybody, oh, that's going to be a big difference. They shored up the offensive line, and it has been. Look. Dak Prescott is a game manager who can be big on third down. Tom Brady was started out like that. Russell Wilson did. And like Russell Wilson, he has better wheels than Tom Brady, right? And Russell Wilson, Tom Brady obviously, and also Russell Wilson, developed from game manager big on third down, which is what you want in a quarterback, to a guy who can also carry a team on offense. Dak is not at that stage yet. He is not between Jared Goff and Cam Newton. He is under, at this moment, Jared Goff and Cam Newton.
First, let me make this clear. Dak Prescott damn sure ain't Cam Newton. I mean, you talk about Cam Newton coming in. Cam Newton's a 6'6", 250-plus pound quarterback that no one wants to see running that rock up, up the middle. So
although I will say he's lucky they don't hit him low. They don't hit Cam Newton low. He's lucky because he scares me. I'm surprised they don't.
More players don't do that because he's such a big body guy. But here's what I'm going to say about Dak. Number one, I've never been on this Dak train because when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, the way they've built their roster, they want to run the peel. They want to run the rock, and everything is predicated off of that. So everyone's going to sell out to try to stop Ezekiel Elliott. Now, Scott Linehan, I don't know what the hell he was thinking about not giving Ezekiel Elliott the ball enough, but he should have more opportunity. He should have plenty of opportunity to make plays in the passing game. Now, this whole comparison.
What happened to Todd Gurley in L.A.? They would stack the box.
Now, here's what I'm going to say about the whole Jared Goff situation. The main difference is they don't have Sean McVay. Coaching matters more so in the National Football League than any other sports league.
Look at Goff under Jeff Fisher.
And then look at Goff under Sean McVay. Two totally different quarterbacks. We're not going to mistake Jason Garrett or Scott Linehan for Sean McVay. That's the main issue right there.
Well, first of all, there isn't a human being on this earth that has mentioned Jeff Fisher more than me. Let's be very, very clear about that. I am the champion when it comes to mentioning Jeff Fisher. 22 years as a coach in the NFL and missed the playoffs 16 times. Let me tell you something. There's affirmative action in reverse for crying out loud. The fact that he had a damn head coaching job. Now, let's get to the big part about this, though. You're saying that you haven't been a Dak Prescott guy. Let's be fair to Dak Prescott in this regard. What does he have to work with right now? Deontay Thompson, Cole Beasley, Jason Witten's gone, Des Bryant is gone. And even when they were there, Des Bryant supposedly lost a step. Jason Witten obviously lost a step. He's going to the Hall of Fame, but there's a reason he's working here on Monday Night Football. So when you look at it from that perspective, even though the team was built to run the football, there is something to be said about the absence of personnel in the passing game that Dak Prescott has had to work with. Because if guys can't get open, what the hell is he supposed to do? I say the jury is still out on him. I understand the trepidation about him, but give me some weapons for him to play with, then judge him.
But Stephen, you got to understand this, okay? Teams get off the bus when they play the Dallas Cowboys. They're selling out to stop Zeke Elliott. So on the outside, you got guys just playing.
They can't get open.
They got one-on-one.
Can't get open.
Listen, from what I saw looking at it, there were guys getting open, but I didn't see Dak Prescott not being able to get them the ball.
Real quick, he's been in one playoff game. It was against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, it required one of the greatest plays of one of the greatest players' career to overcome the Cowboys that day. And Dak never got down, even when they were down, kept them in it. He played very well in his biggest game, don't you think?
Okay, that was, what, 2 years ago? That was
in the playoffs.
That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he's a rookie. We moved forward to year 3.
Listening to time cues today, disappointed in all
Don't look at me crazy.
I'm looking at you.
Don't even look at me crazy.
Man, to watch your tone.
Don't look at me crazy.
Watch your tone.
Because I'm speaking facts on here.
You ain't speaking on facts.
I am speaking facts
on here.
You already know that.
That's the only evidence.
Like I said, I'm going to call it like I said.
I'm going to sit up there and I'm going to defer to Molly because she runs the show. You better watch your tone.
You over here caping for Jared Jones and Dak.
Do you want to get a lot of topics into the show and keep our audience happy?
Why don't you be
keep it
nice?
going.
Whoa.